going on? Hey, Danielle, good to see you. Jed Recker, I love Jed Recker. Jed Recker is a great dude. Danielle is a up and coming expert in a certain community and industry. So some great people on the scope so far. Adina, Chem Goddess, I haven't seen you in a long time. Up and at 'em. Good. I love it, Danielle. I love it. Good morning. I am Bunny Rowe. Awesome. Danielle, I'm sending you an email today. So, sending you an email today. Good morning, Tara Tate the Great. Sasha. Yeah, I know. I haven't seen you. I haven't seen you in a minute, Chem Goddess. Beth Hoover 1, good to see you. It's been a long time. No, it hasn't been a long time. Actually, it has been a while. I saw your scope last week, but I haven't had a chance to go back on. Hey, Catherine, good to see you again. KNS Financial, love the great coach. Sam, good to see you. City Galati, good to see you. I love that. Guys, thank you so much for being here. So, City Galati, that's, your name is Chanty Cade, Asset Management Company. That's awesome. CEO of an asset management. Love it. The Mook is here. Good to see you, Mook. I haven't seen you in a long time. I hope you're grinding. I hope you got your barbershop going open now. I hope it's, things are starting to take shape to you. What's going on, Sherian? Good to see you. One half of KNS Financial. Love you guys, man. It's been a great catch. Oh, good. Dr. Hightower, thank you so much for catching me live. That means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Allison M. Kane, good to see you as well. Thanks for being in here. Thank you guys for being in here. I was trying to think what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I have something with me and I can't remember why I brought it, but now I just remembered. That's what happened here. Good morning, Michelle. Thanks for being in here. You're doing wonderful. Awesome. Central Station. I know, man. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm happy you're doing well. Good morning, Paul. Good morning. Good to see you, Paul. I'll be talking to you soon as well, in about a day or so. So I'll be reaching back out to you in about a day or so. Guys, thanks so much for being here. I'm going to try and make this quick and efficient as possible. A lot of you, if you are familiar with my scope, do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat box if you're new. The reason I ask is I want to know who the new people are so that I can tailor what I'm about to say to the day so I can introduce myself and when I can introduce myself. So put a 1 in the chat box. If you're new to the scope, if you've never seen my Periscopes before, you're going to be in for a wild ride, hopefully. Lady Moore, thank you so much. 714. I appreciate you being in here. Guys, do me another huge favor. I ask you guys to do 2 things for me and 2 things only. The first is invite your friends and followers. Why? Because if you like what I'm about to share, you like the title of what I'm sharing, hopefully you can bring people in here so they can see what we're going to talk about. If you got invited in here this morning, don't forget to follow. Yes, thank you. Hey, thank you so much, Jed Recker. Jed Recker is a social media master. I had the pleasure of meeting him several months ago through another inspirational online person, Mia Voss. We all met here in DC, had a little meetup. So he's a phenomenal guy. Try to catch Jed stuff live. Usually on Blab a lot if he's there, if you can do it. But he's a great thought leader in that space. So I've learned stuff from him, and he's a guy to learn from. So I appreciate you saying that, Jed. But the thing is, yes, invite your friends and followers. Either invite them or you can share the broadcast by clicking the Perry Dude, swipe up. If you're Android, swipe left or right. I think if you're iPhone, I've never had an iPhone. And so I really appreciate that. And then the second thing I ask you guys to do is give me a bunch of hearts. Give me a ton of hearts if you can. You win. Dragon 1 Dragon. Thank you so much. And the reason why I do that is because I want to make sure this is resonating. So, I'm going to introduce who I am, and then I'm going to go into my message relatively quickly, and hopefully this gets you going for your Monday morning. So my name is Ebongeka. I'm a certified public accountant, CPA in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm also the author of the best-selling business book, Start Me Up, The No Business Plan. In addition to that, I'm the founder of Economics. Economics is we focus on your mission, your mindset, and your money. It's a small business startup consultancy, so we work with people, helping them with the mindset piece, helping them with the mission piece, but more importantly, helping them craft who they are and what they're doing for their business so they can maximize their profits, set their pricing accordingly, and then also find create digital products from their expertise. A lot of people struggle with finding out how I can monetize what's in here to share with the world. Thank you so much, Sasha. So do me a favor. It's not in all Barnes & Noble, so you want to check and see. It's been in New York. They're in D.C. They're in other parts of the country. So just go online and check and see if you can. Barnes & Noble's, Amazon, or you can also get it directly from me at startmeupbook.com. If you get it from me, I autograph it and I send it to you. You can get it at Barnes & Noble's. You can get it, at Amazon. It literally is it's all over the place. And I'm very fortunate about that. And actually, the funny thing is, I'm going to talk literally about that process, how I got to the point where I ended up getting a book deal. And I've shared the story before, but there's a reason why I want to share the story. So, did you know that you never surrender? This is what we want. Do you know that was never surrender? Yes. I agree with that. One Dragon One, I think. Hey from Tampa. Aminta, good to see you. So here's the thing is, it's really, really simple, guys. Right? It's really, really simple. Hey, good morning, Anthony. One more thing. Thank you, Anthony. Anthony Conklin, he's an amazing guy. You need to follow his scopes. He's a presenter. He's also a live speaker, and he goes around and he literally just, he's a professional presenter. He does, charity auctions as well as presentations, corporate work. So he's a guy that I've gotten to know. I've done a blab a few times with him. Very insightful, very another good guy to follow. Just like, like Jed, just like Tara Tate, Danielle started doing a lot more scopes. Lowe's another one who's doing a lot more scopes about feminine and masculine polarity. So there are a lot of great people on the scope, and I'm very fortunate for you guys to be here so that we can share with each other. So I'm about abundance. I like sharing stuff with other people. I'm not about a zero-sum game. I'm not trying to fight to try and hoard stuff in. I want to share with people. So as many people as possible sharing, I think we end up in a better place. Hey, good morning, Maurice Deshawn. So today's message is the idea of faith and vision are related. Now, why is faith and vision related? Good morning to you, Miss Joe to you. Faith and vision are absolutely related. Oh, thank you so much, Tara. I'm sure she's happy. Faith and vision are related. Why? So let's put it this way. There are people that I meet who have ideas and dreams and things they want to take to another level, things they want to start, right? But they don't have the vision for it. They don't know what it looks like. Now, the reason why they're related is very simple. Right? If you don't know where you're going, if you're in the middle of a tunnel and there's no light at the end of it, you tend to quit. If you don't know that the top of your mountain is Mount Everest, if you don't know how long it's going to be or what it looks like when you get there, you're going to quit because your brain doesn't think there's going to be an end. Your brain doesn't know what's going to happen necessarily. So what happens is there are a lot of people who don't focus on what their vision is. So what we do is we do things backwards. And this is what I sincerely believe. It's very simple. You have an idea to do something. The idea is the start of it, but it'll never get to the place where you want to be if you don't have the vision. Because when you have the vision, faith follows it. Right? They're not mutually exclusive. You can't have one without the other. They're closely related. So once you have the vision, faith starts to follow it. And the reason why it's important is very, very simple, guys. The reason why it's important is when you hit a difficult time, when you hit a situation where it doesn't look like the way you want it to be, when people are against you, when things aren't working out, when you're going backwards, when the money's not coming, when you're struggling, when all these things are happening, the vision reminds you what it's supposed to look like, and it gives you the impetus to keep going. It tells you that I see benchmarks and roadblocks. Faith is foundation. Hey, JC Limitless, another great dude to follow, another inspirational dude. He's also speaking at Periscope Summit. JC Limitless, you go check him out too. When you have a vision, faith follows it. Thank you so much, Dr. Hightower. Exactly. When you have a vision, faith will follow it. Now, why does that matter? Let me tell you a quick story. So a lot of people don't know this, but I'm getting ready to start to take my test for the citizenship for United States citizenship. So I'm Canadian. I came from Canada. I immigrated here. What people don't realize is it doesn't matter what country you come from. You all have to go through the same immigration process. Ever since I was 12 years old, I had a dream, I had a vision, I had a goal to live in this country and work in this country and be here. Why? I can go back and forth. I've been all over the world. I lived all over the world, guys. You don't understand. But I love what this country has to offer. That is me personally. People can complain about stuff. Not everything is perfect. I absolutely get it. I see there's a lot of opportunity here. I always have. It's not a big deal for me. It's my preference. That's it. So with that being said, I'm like maybe several weeks away from the test to do everything I'm supposed to do so I can get my citizenship. So right now I'm studying the civics, the American, the United States civics lessons, right? Because this is a test you got to take. And so the reason why I bring it up is this. So several years ago, I was working at a job in which I had to be there because I was working there based on a visa, right? So a visa gives you the ability, a work visa gives you the ability to stay in the country because it's tied to an employer. But what happens is if the employer lays you off, what ends up happening is if the employer lays you off, you have about a month to get a new job or you got to go. So this is a situation that happened to me once. I was working for a firm. It didn't work out. We lost a lot of our clients due to the economic downturn. They had to let me go. But the thing was this. The reason why it didn't matter because I knew what my vision looked like. So you got to understand it. That same firm that let me go was the same firm that gave me my green card. So that because the firm gave me my green card, it didn't matter that I was let go. But you see, when I was going through some difficulty, I didn't know where the food was going to come from. I didn't know how I was going to pay my mortgage. I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills. But you got to understand it. I saw what my vision looked like. I saw what it looked like. So when that happened, my faith came into it. I believed there was something else I was going to be doing. If I was stuck in that short-sighted tunnel, that when I was laid off because we had an economic downturn or whatever you want to call it, and they lost half of the workforce. When that happened, you gotta understand, the faith came into it. If I did not have that faith component of it, there was no way I would have been able to stick through that. If I did not have that faith component, it wouldn't have mattered when I knew that I saw the bigger picture. Exactly, Kim Goddess. So the vision is a version of seeing the bigger picture. But again, that is all well and good when you're going through good times. It is easy to be happy. It is easy to be motivated when your life is going well, when you have the good relationships, when you have the money coming in, when you're doing the things you want to do. But the difference is, my friends, when you hit that roadblock, that obstacle, that is when everybody quits. That is when most people look at the mirror and say they don't have it. That's when people start to go in the other direction. That's when people go off track. But again, I had the bigger vision. So what reminded, and again, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but I had to look in the mirror and say, 10, 20 years ago, I knew where I was going. I knew what this was supposed to look like. So exactly, roadblock is not so the roadblock was not the end. But again, it didn't matter. Because I knew what my vision looked like, that was just a minor inconvenience. It wasn't even a setback. It was a minor inconvenience. I would not be where I am today, if it was not for that situation. See what I'm saying? And so for some of you, if you're going through some difficulty right now and you don't know what it looks like, part of the first thing you have to do is see what that vision looks like. You got to see what it looks like, where the faith can come into it. Because the reason why faith matters is, and I'm not talking spiritual religion, I'm just talking the belief in yourself. I want to make this very clear to you guys. What I want you guys to think about is, once you figured out what your vision is, the belief that that's going to happen, the belief that it's possible, the belief that because what you are to be, you're now becoming. Like, you don't understand. It's not this. It doesn't just turn. That never happens in life. That is TV. That is video games. That is books. It never happens like this. Everything that happens in life, every single change happens over a consistent period of time. And it's required, whether it's in biology, whether it's like giving birth, right? It happens over a consistent point of time. So when your tree grows, when you plant a seed and it grows, it's the same thing. Everything is the same. Becoming who you having the idea and then becoming that person takes some time. The time it may take a long process, it may take a short process, but it's a process. But you have to remember what your vision is when you're in a situation, when you have some problems, you have setbacks, when people are telling you it's not going to work. You got family members telling you to give it up. When everyone's telling you all these things that it's not working, you're looking in the mirror, you don't have the money. Looking in the mirror, the things aren't working out for you. You got to remember, you're part of your vision is what matters. So that's the biggest thing I wanted to remind you guys about, because again, if you're not careful, you will succumb to a simple setback when you know that your greatness is coming from somewhere else. Oh, cool. Thank you, Miss Blake. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. If I do say so myself, that was a well-written book, because it's the way I speak to you now, but obviously in complete sentences. But MJ Merlo, the book again. Thanks for joining me again. My name is ebongeka. I'm the author of the best-selling business book, Start Me Up, the No Business Plan, Business Plan. So if you have an idea for a book, if you have an idea for business, you have an idea for a dream, you have an idea for something else, right? If you have an idea for something, this is supposed to help you get there without having to worry about writing a traditional business plan. Why? Because in the research I did for this, I used to write business plans 15 years ago during the dot-com age. I used to pitch VCs. I used to go to angel investing meetings. I used to pitch lots of stuff. And this is the big thing I want to share with you. Nobody reads your business plan. Nobody ever reads your business plan. Nobody reads the business plan. Bankers I know, I have a lot of commercial banking clients and friends. They don't read business plans either. Oh, thank you so much, Art Kroger. I think I sent you a book. I can't remember if you bought a book or not. I think I said that. And so the goal is, it's very simple. If you don't, I take out all the ideas that people, hey, what's going on? What's going on, Bisong Art? Good to see you. If you take out, Carla, all the things that aren't important and you focus on the things that are salient, the 4 areas I call them. Where can you get it? MJ Merlo, you can get it at startmeupbook.com. You can also get it, Yulan, I'll answer that in a second. Startmeupbook.com. You can also get it at Barnes & Nobles and Amazon. If you get it from me directly, I send it to you and I sign it. And, if you get it at Barnes & Nobles and Amazon, that's fine too. But yeah, startmeupbook.com. You get it from me, directly. Yulan, you know what? When I share my message with people, it's the same thing. I'm going through the same thing. I'm probably feeling it, or I'm reminded of an experience I had. And so for me today, you can screenshot it, Courage Doc. So for me today, I was literally studying this morning. I was studying the civics lessons. I got the letter. Thank you so much. You screenshot it, you can find it. I got the letter from the immigration office. I did not read a business plan, one page. Exactly. This is the better way of getting to a one-page executive summary. In a nutshell, there's 4 areas. What problems do you solve? Right? What's your pricing? Which both will encompass your revenue model. The third is how are you going to scale? How are you going to distribute? How do you create systems to scale? And the third is your sales. And I show people through social media, content, stuff like that. And so simplicity is literally complexity is the enemy of execution. So a lot of people struggle because they're too complex. People focus on the wrong thing. So back to what I was saying. I was studying this earlier this morning, and it got me thinking about vision. I was like, yeah, I remember having this discussion when I was 12 years old. I'm 40 years old right now. When I was 12 years old, I told myself one day this was going to happen. You see what I'm saying to you? A lot of the things that I did throughout my life were conditioned to get to this point where I can get this CD now and study. Right? And so early next year in January, I'm going to have good news. You understand what I'm saying? So without the vision, right? I had to go back to 12 years old, but some people don't have to go that far. I had to go back to 12 years old for it to come to now at 40. You see what I'm saying? So for you guys, I want you to remember that you have to have the vision, because when you have the vision, the faith follows it. When you have the vision, when you hit a setback, you know exactly why you need to keep going. So that's basically it. And so I want to remind you guys, if you sell yourself a one-page revenue, you should be able to sell an idea one page. Exactly. City. Look, I've gotten meetings with one pages. I've gotten meetings with three sentence emails. Why? Because if you watch, Kevin O'Leary talk about Shark Tank, I've been on a Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, binge recently, watching all his videos and all that stuff, things that he talks about. He's funny, sometimes rude, but again, he tells the truth. And I actually funny things in this book, I talk about Kevin O'Leary. I wrote this book 3 years ago. Right? I wrote this book in 2013. But it didn't come out till, after that. But I had to write it quickly back then. So I wrote about it back then. I wrote about Kevin O'Leary in one of the chapters, because the importance of knowing your numbers. And the reason I'm bringing that up is this. He talks about Shark Tank and what's important when it comes to pitching people and sharing your message and getting people to buy in. The first thing is your idea has to be explainable in 60 seconds or less. You shouldn't have to go into minutes, right? The next thing is, are you the right person to be running this business? Are you the right person to build it and scale it? And you have to be able to show that. And the third is, do you understand what it takes to get to that next level? And a lot of people don't. And so after one of those 3 things, people tend to fall, and that's why deals don't get made. But it's the same thing in real life. When people pitch you, when you pitch people, it's the exact same thing. So I'm going to ask you guys 2 questions while we're on this point. Next week, I just thought about it this morning. I woke up this morning with great ideas, but I'm going to do 2 webinars. I'm doing a webinar later this week. Hey, Astro XTL, good to see you again, man. I haven't seen you in a minute. This is what it looks like, man. You can go to startmeupbook.com. And if you buy, people who buy the book, you have access to me. You can send me a quick email. I'll answer some of your questions, whatever. I'm always like, you tweet me and I'll answer your questions on Twitter, or I'll send you an email if I have to. But, yeah, just tweet me. There it is. Thank you so much, Tara Tate, and Low. Startmeupbook.com. That's what it looks like. Startmeupbook.com. And if you want to just, yeah, there's a Kindle version. Yes, Astro, there's a Kindle version. If it's Amazon, it's Kindle. Barnes & Nobles has the Nook. It's also a Nook version as well. So it's all digital. So you can check that out there too as well. Look, Dr. Watkins, thank you so much for mentioning 2016. So this is the point I was going to bring up. I'm going to do 2 webinars. I'm going to do one webinar later this week. I'm going to do webinar 1 later this week about grabbing media attention. That's a separate thing. I'll talk about it on another blab. So I'm doing an XM satellite radio appearance tomorrow. And next week, I'm going to do an economics 2-hour webinar with some Q&A about getting ready for 2016. So I'm going to teach you guys how to focus on your mission and your mindset. And I'm going to show you guys the things that I do in order to get things like this done in a short period. I wrote this book in 3 months, right? Published in written in 3 months after I signed the contract. I'm going to show you how I obtain massive action and things that I want to do. A lot of people don't realize why I've done so many things. Who are you and what do you do? Denise Josephs, thank you so much for asking that question. And I'm going to go back to the webinar. My name is Ebongeka. I'm a certified public accountant in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm also the author of the best-selling business book, Start Me Up, The No Business Plan. I'm a speaker. I'm also a TEDx speaker. I'm a TV finance contributor, small business contributor. I also write for the Huffington Post. I go on Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, HuffPost Live, Arise TV, China Central. I've done lots. I've done local ABC, local Fox, local NBC. I also Yahoo Finance, and I just talk about small business and money, and also the importance of pricing. I'm the prince of pricing. And so I'm also the founder of Economics, where I focus on your mission, your mindset, and your money. It's business consultancy. So there's some life coaching aspect to it. The majority of it is people who have to want their business and want to grow their business. That's kind of what I do. So I'm in the middle of launching literally 2 courses. The first course is how to grab media attention. So if you have an idea, if you are a brand, if you want to get media attention for your business, your brand, and your blog, I show you the steps on how I've been able to do it without any PR representation. I paid thousands of dollars years ago, and that PR person got me on TV, got me on TV once in Philadelphia. I've gone on more television. I've been seen by more people doing my own stuff than I have paying anybody thousands of dollars. So that's basically how it works. And it's an online course. And if you want to get in the free, I have free video series. I have a 3 video series, free video series that you can get access to right now before I actually open up the course. It's going to most likely start probably either later this month or in the new year because of the holidays. And you go to howtograbmediaattention.com. That's where you go. Howtograbmediaattention.com. I thought I had it written on a piece of paper. That's the only problem with Periscope. So it's howtograbmediaattention.com, and I just teach people the concepts. How to use help a reporter out, how to use in a way that people respond to you, because I've used Hero to source some of my articles, and I get literally 300 to 400 emails in a matter of an hour. I can't read all of them, but the ones that I do, one pitched me $3,600. See, that's exactly right. Dr. Watkins, that's exactly right. That's how much it costs. Thank you so much, MJ Merlot. How to grab media attention, yes, thank you so much. Can you type on Periscope? I can't because there's no way for me to do that. But Coach Sam, I think Lo has it right there, and so does a lot of other people. So thank you so much. That's how much it costs. Catherine, and Dr. Watkins is right. That's cheap. Most places are $5,000 per month. Right? And there's no guarantees. And I'm not giving you a guarantee of my courses, but I show you what I do, how to find the people, how to write the emails to reach out to them, how to consistently create content. So the reason why I get on TV a lot is not because I'm a special dude, right? It's because I create content that I can submit. What about exhibits? What do you mean, MJ Merlot? What do you mean about exhibits? I create content that I can go to a producer or executive producer or whoever's doing the show, right? They literally like, oh crap, we got we got to put this on. And I found the system. That's exactly what it is. So you're right. Content creation is key. Dr. Yolanda. It's vendor trade shows. I don't do exhibits. I've never really done exhibits, but you mean like presenting stuff? I'm not really sure. Do me a favor. You can DM me, MJ Merlot, if you have any, if something else I'm not really getting into. But thank you so much, Tara Tate. And some of you have been on my I've done some live webinars where I teach, literally how I create content, and I call it the circle of influence. How every single time, even if it's doesn't matter what's going on in current events, I can find a way to create content based on what I do. And some are more obvious than others, but other of them are keeping, or some others are, you got to create the narrative for them. So here's a simple reason why it works. Everybody has a story already going on in their head. Oh, thank you so much, Catherine. Yeah, you've been on my webinars, and those are free. And so, those ones alone are worth thousands of dollars, but those ones have been free. I was testing out certain things. I want to do the webinars. So everybody has a narrative in their head, a story in their head already. Okay. So the goal is very simple. The ability to persuade others, the ability to share your ideas with other people and concepts is to take whatever you're talking about and align it with the narrative that's already going on in the public consciousness. So there's two ways to get attention, generally speaking. And I share this for free already. So this is also part of the course. There are two ways to get attention. The first way to get attention is to be contrarian. You look and see what Donald Trump is doing. Whether you like him or not, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's not a political discussion. Look at what he's saying and why he says it. It's polarizing, right? Some people love him. My feed is filled with Donald Trump. Hillary Clinton most likely will win the presidency. Nobody on my Facebook feed is talking about Hillary Clinton. I know a lot of Democrats. I live in DC. Everyone here is a Democrat. But there's nobody talking about Hillary Clinton. Every single day, every other week, they're talking about Donald Trump. The people who hate him talk about Donald Trump. The people who love him talk about Donald Trump. They're filling up my feed with all this political garbage. But that's my point. No one's talking about Jeb Bush. No one's talking about Marco Rubio. No one's talking about Bernie Sanders, barely. Once in a while. I see more Donald Trump stuff than I see Sanders and Hillary Clinton combined. Why? It's contrarian, because contrarian wakes you up. If I already tell you stuff that you already know or care about, you won't listen anymore. Your brain will say, the first part of your brain will say, I've already seen this. It's okay. But when somebody posts something about Donald Trump and says he's crazy, he's racist, or whatever, it pops into your mind, right? It's contrarian. Yeah, bad attention is attention. So that's the first thing. And I'm not saying all good publicity is bad. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this particular case for him, because he's not beholden to anybody. Like he has his own money, so he doesn't have to answer to anybody. Just that. The second way you're able to get attention is if you take what you know, who you are, and then weave it into the current narrative. So here's an example. If you're a psychologist, psychiatrist, when there's a school shooting, when somebody is killed that affects a large group of people, when people are traumatized, it's a great opportunity for you to put something together in which you can present and say, hey, I deal with these kinds of problems all the time. It doesn't matter if you deal with them or not. The fact that you're a psychiatrist or a doctor gives you the authority to talk about them. Make sense? So I can go on and talk about small business. That's what I do. I can talk about anything money related. I talk about international business. I go on TV and talk about international business. I haven't done international business in a while. Right? I talk about the marketplace in Greece. I'm talking about Greece. I'm talking about Africa. And so there's so many things you can do once you understand how that works. Yes, Dr. Walker. I was actually thinking about you when I came up with that example. I did give you a free tip. That's a free tip. But that's an example of something anybody can do. I don't care what you talk about. I don't care who you are. You could talk about something, right, that aligns with what's going on in current events. Why? Here's an example. I was supposed to do an MSNBC hit. If you guys are familiar with MSNBC, the Rundown, it's a live morning show on MSNBC with Jose Ballart. I'm still one of their contributors. So I'm going to start doing a lot more stuff in the new year where I go on maybe once a week and talk about stuff. And I was supposed to go on. I had two opportunities. The first opportunity, I said, here's some ideas I have. They said, I love it. But then Paris happened and they said, we're running with Paris right now. That's exactly what he said. Now I could have, oh, you watching that? Yeah, I love that. Love the Rundown. And so I could have come up with other content to add to Paris, but then I started getting busy with this course and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, I'll talk to you guys a little later on. And so Paris, so you got to understand what's currently happening in the narrative of people. If you watch television, they're no longer talking about Paris, but whenever there's something that comes up, it goes viral. Every single news agency, radio agency, they talk about those things at the same time. They follow each other. They all watch each other's channels. So when I did Fox News, CNN saw me. I did MSNBC because they saw me do a CNN hit. You see what I'm saying? So then it started spiraling after that, out of good control in that sense. You see what I'm saying? And so my point is this. It's something I call a circle of influence. I taught it in a free webinar. I also teach it in my course. I'll show you specifically how to do it, how you can do it. And then also there's a live, coaching as well. We have like a group coaching where we can all talk together about ideas and kind of brainstorm together. I'll tell you exactly how I do. So again, I'm not trying to sell you guys. I'm just telling you guys, I'll tell you tomorrow. So follow me, and tomorrow I will tell you, because I just set up the webinar. I'm going to try and do a webinar later this week to open up the course and then launch it in January 1st. And the people who are on my VIP list get additional access to me to answer questions, stuff like that. And then, and it's literally, it's like a fraction of the price. Like, look, I didn't come on here to sell this. I was just coming here to talk about vision and faith. But, thanks so much for sharing that, Lo. How to grab media attention. So, as Dr. Watkins saw, I always challenge everybody, go out and take a look at what other people are charging, to hire a PR person. And chances are they don't even know what they're talking about. They're basically selling their relationships. And all they're doing is they're calling somebody and say, hey, I have someone I want you to put on. And a lot of times they're just pitching. They're not really, they're not thinking about how they align certain things. And you'd be surprised. Here's an example I used, in one of my webinars. If you make dog treats, and I knew the guy who's a dog treat guy, who was on Shark Tank and used to give me dog treats all the time. And I became friends with him. A small, short kid, cool kid named Ryan. And Ryan's Bar Free is what he called it. And Barbara Corcoran invested in them. So this gave me the inspiration to think about another idea. Oh, sorry about that. You're a PR consultant. Yes. I kind of tell people in my thing, fire your PR person. But don't get mad. Don't get mad. You can use it too. And then if you're a PR person, use the information, you become even a stronger PR person, because your competitors won't be doing this. All your competitors, good, I love it, because all your competitors will be doing is like, hey, Bill, let me pitch you my friend, let me pitch you my client. You'll be like, here's a pitch, and it'll be perfectly tailored and a great written, and they'll be like, please come on, and then that's it, and you'll be killing it. You're making all sorts of money, and you'll be rich. So, exactly, it's all about the relationship, but then also it's all about the value you bring. And so here's a perfect example with the dog treats. So I was in a situation where I knew somebody who made dog treats, and they said, how do I get on TV to talk about dog treats? I explained to them how media works, what I told you guys. Nobody cares about your dog treats. Your dog treats don't matter. What matters is, can you take what you do and apply it to what's going on in life? So here's an example. Yeah, send me a bill for 20%. Thank you, Yulan. You are right. So here's the situation. So, hey, Kara Allen, good to see you. Kara Allen's a stylist. She's phenomenal. Check her out. She has these long scopes, talks about scuttlebutt and stuff like that, and help people out. She's phenomenal. I know her. She's a friend. She's been a friend of mine for over 10 years. Here based in DC area. So what happens is, this guy makes dog treats. He's like, how do I get on TV to talk about my dog treats? I told him, nobody cares about your dog treats. Your dog treats don't matter. I don't care if they're made out of gold. It does not matter. This is how you get on television. Take your dog treats and then apply your expertise to what's going on currently in the situation. Here's an example. So 4th of July was coming up, and I said, look, on the 4th of July, the reason why dogs freak out because of the fireworks. So I want you to go on television and talk about tips to shield your dog from fireworks and from your dog freaking out and from your dog hiding in the bathtub or all the kind of stuff that your dog. My dogs used to do the same thing. He used to hide under the bed. And so what ends up happening is you go on as the expert to talk about animals and your pets, and then you say, and then they ask, who are you? Oh, he's the owner of, such and such bakery, and they make dog treats. That's exactly how it works. So you got to think a little bit differently. You got to think about literally how it relates to you, how you relate to what's going on in society. Another example. I sell dog treats. Great. It's November 11th. Hey, guess what? That's Veterans Day. Let's talk about service animals with veterans, how it helps with mental health, how it helps with assimilation back into society, how it helps with peaceful demeanor. You can come with a few studies, articles that have been written, the things like that you can possibly do. That's exact. And then, oh, by the way, what do you do? Hey, I make dog treats. How does he know? Oh, he works with dogs because he makes dog treats. That's exactly how it works. That's the minute. So Oh, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. So that's literally the system I came up with. I call it a circle of influence. Literally, it's a circle, and you're in the middle, and it's influence. And I create all these different, like, spokes of a wheel, and you kind of just come up with different ideas, and that's part of the course. But Catherine was on here. I taught that for free. That was one of my most people came to that. That was my one. I taught that one for free, but that's also part of the course. So I wanted to make sure people knew that. Now, the part that people pay for, right, out of all of that, is I teach you guys how I write my emails. First of all, I teach you guys how I find the producers, how I contact them, how I connect with them, how I send them my message, the emails that I share with them. I also show people how to use HARO, Help a Reporter Route. I've found so many resources by using Help a Reporter Route. I've done so many blog posts and I don't mean to be flippant. I just don't remember. Why? Because I've done so many, and I just send an email out. I've done so many. Yeah, HARO, HARO, Help a Reporter Route. And that's exactly how it works. So, that's just part. And then also monetizing. How do I monetize? How do I take my appearance on television or in a radio station, and how do I create a situation where I can make money from it? So a lot of people just want to get on television or get in a newspaper, but they don't have a strategy to align that with the revenues. And that's another thing that I also talk about in the course. So I will literally, I wasn't coming on here to talk about that. I was going to talk about faith and your vision and the importance of it. So, stay tuned. Tomorrow I'm gonna let you guys know. I think I'm gonna do it either Thursday or Friday. I'm gonna do the webinar. It's gonna be the last webinar of a series of 3. But what you can do is this: go to how to grab media attention. Right? How do I sign up for your course? How to grab media attention. So go to how to grab media. Hey, for you, Tara Tate, here's a great example. Abby Wambach it's her last game this week. She's playing. I don't know who they're playing. They're playing somebody else. You could talk about women's sports. You could talk about X Games would be, you'd kill X Games. X Games would be phenomenal. Tara Tate, you could talk about concussions. You could talk about the NFL as a woman who's gone through 2 traumatic brain injuries. You could, there's so many things you can talk about. Once you figure out who you are, you can align so many subjects with you. And then you take those subjects and align those with what's going on in society. That's all you need to do. You know, you could be killing, the game show, not game show network, the one that has video games. I forgot what it's called. Network doing that. You can also you can do sports. You can also do local. You could just, and exactly. You literally can align yourself with everything else. Dressing the court to the board. Exactly, Catherine. There's so many things you can actually do with that. As a stylist, it's a wrap. Here's a perfect example. I showed this in my, I think I showed this in the course. When the job numbers come out, or if someone's talking about jobs, or someone gets fired, you can use that what's going on currently and align that to what you're doing. So, a famous CEO got fired. Hey, look, not everybody's a CEO who makes millions of dollars, but if you're an average person who gets fired and you want to get a new job, maybe you can, by changing a few things, you can do X, Y, and Z. Changing the way you look, changing your wardrobe, saying this, saying that. Hey, Nick, how you doing? How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Namaste. So that's basically how it works. Yes. Yeah. Tara, you gonna kill it. You guys are okay. Hey, Keith Maurice, how you feeling, bro? I caught the replay of your scope yesterday or the day before, man. While you're, I think, on a West Coast. Good to see you, Keith Maurice. Nick, it's been a while, man. I have not seen you in a long time. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're here. Hope you're having a great December. Tiffany, hairstylist, MDD. Good to see you as well. Thank you for being out here as well. Yes. Thank you, Catherine. How to grab media attention. That's it. howtograbmediaattention.com. And, that's the first course I'm releasing. And then I think next week I'm going to, Jed Record, thank you so much. And then next week I think I'm going to do like a live webinar about, setting goals for 2016. I haven't decided yet. I just want to like show you. So the thing is, I want to share with you guys how I create my goals and how I execute them. That's basically it. How to grab media attention. Keith Maurice, another one. I call Keith Maurice the Bob Barker of online gaming. The black Bob Barker. And here's why. Keith and I were talking several months ago when he had this idea to create a site called playforstuff.com. I did submit to speak, Kara Allen. Nobody responded, so it's okay. For Periscope Summit, but nobody responded, so I don't know. Yes, the Bob Barker. Say that 3 times fast. So Keith, has a site called playforstuff.com. And playforstuff.com, you go on there and you play you play games on Periscope, on live streaming apps, and then you have to win prizes that are sponsored by certain companies here and there. Phenomenal idea. You know, literally, I see this being the game show network online with live streaming, live interaction. And he's doing a phenomenal job. It's growing. The site's different. There's an amazing new logo that came out. I'm so happy and proud of him. So, you know, do me a favor, you know, like, go find his stuff, follow him. He also does a Parachute TV, so follow his stuff. Oh, hey, Kara Allen, that is awesome. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. You've done a phenomenal job on Periscope. So I'm so happy that it is. It's well deserved. It's well deserved. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate that. Yes, thank you so much for sharing that again, Catherine. So again, guys, yeah, you guys are phenomenal. You guys are all phenomenal. Catherine does phenomenal work. Kara does phenomenal stuff. Dots McGee. Thank you so much for being on here as well. Guys, look, my whole goal with economics as a platform is very simple. It's hacking. This is the baseline behind it. It's hacking the systems of life, right? I'm going back. Aviac, yes, vision. So, vision, I talked about this a little earlier in my scope. Vision and faith are related. And the reason why we started talking about this is because I've had ideas ever since I was 12 years old to become an American citizen. I'm in the final stages of becoming an American citizen. So I had to go, I'm reminding people that from 12 years old, every single time I had a setback, every single time I ran into adversity, every single time I ran into somebody who wanted, hey, let's go party. I'm like, how does that affect my ability to stay in the country? I always had to think like that. Mr. Relentless. How you doing, sir? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you in here. I love it, man. An international motivational speaker. He's phenomenal. Thank you so much, Mr. Relentless, for being in here. I appreciate that. And so, for me, I had to remind myself every single thing I was doing in my life, was it aiding or was it destroying my path? When I so what matters is this. It's easy when you're happy. It is so easy to have great relationships. It is easy when money's coming in, when you're happy with your life. What matters is when you hit that wall, when you hit the obstacle, when you have a barrier to overcome, when you have something to climb over. That is when the faith matters, because that's what keeps you from not quitting. How does that affect my ability to exactly, Courage Doc. How does that affect my ability to do X every single time? Let's go drink. How does that affect my ability to do X? Oh, cool. That's awesome. Jim, Arvin, I like Arvin. PJ, that's so awesome. So for me, that was basically it. Yeah, Dr. McGee. You'd be surprised, man. Look, there were times that I told the story earlier. I got laid off from a job, but that same job that laid me off, right, was responsible for giving my green card. So I had perspective. So I was like, it's whatever, man. They were like, everyone was sorry, we gotta let you go. And I was like, dude, you gave me my green card. I'm happy. I'm good. It's okay. I understand the economy, the market, whatever, man. It hurt me a bit, but in the same token, I was look where I am right now. So my perspective, if I didn't know what my vision was supposed to be like, I would have had a different perspective, right? And because my perspective was different, my outcomes are different. My rewards, what I get will be different than what the average person will go through. So I want to encourage you guys to have the same thing. Guys, stay tuned tomorrow. I'm doing a blab tonight with Sade. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern. So check that out if you can. I can't remember. I think some of you guys may follow Sade. And for me, I don't think I'm going to Periscope Summit because I was supposed to go. Sade, and I was going to go. Especially if I was going to be able to speak, but since I'm not speaking, I'm not going, and I'm going to go to, I got to go out of town somewhere else, to the Midwest. So it's going to be great. Yeah, go search for me, ebongeka and Black, it'll come up. Do me a favor and do that. Yeah, thank you so much, Lo. Search on search ebongeka and Blab, and you'll find it. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're talking about pricing, and that's kind of what I talk about a lot. How to price your digital products, how to price your services, stuff like that. And it's going to be great. It's going to be inspirational. Email, avexec. My email is info at ebongeka.com. So info at my first name, my last name.com, ebongeka.com. Secondly, Go to howtograbmediaattention.com if you want to learn how to grab media attention. You have free. I'm offering 3 free videos before I even open the course up. Yeah, I know, Kara. I don't know if I can make it though, because yeah, I don't know if I can make it. But another great book, 10X Rule. I just want to share this with you guys real quick. The 10X Rule is about massive action. That's kind of what I was doing massive action before I saw this book. But when I read the book, I was like, this is exactly how you need to live. So I want to challenge you guys. It's an awesome book. And I had Grant did me a solid by signing it. So, I'm going to be going to Miami to go see Grant and talk about some ideas. But, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Get that book, get my book. Just great things. Yeah. His books are great, man, because it just tells you what you need to focus on. And yeah. And I've gotten some of the CDs on Audible or actual physical CDs. You're driving like, dang, you're getting angry. You're like, yes, I'm going to do it. I love that inspiration. All right, guys, you guys have been phenomenal. I've gone longer than I really want to. Howtograbmediaattention.com. And stay tuned. Tonight I'm doing a blab. MJ Marlowe, thanks for being here. Yulon, Avexec, Wendy, Dr. Watkins, you guys are so phenomenal, man. I love you guys. Love you guys for being here. Lo, thanks for riding with me. Tara Tate the Great, phenomenal. Tiffany, Catherine. The time is 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Well, I don't know. It's a little too late. Look, Kara, if I'm going to get picked, that's great, but I literally planned. I have plane tickets and hotel stuff. I have all this stuff. I couldn't wait. I'm planning out I have travel for the next 2 or 3 months. So when I hear from them, I'll figure it out. But if I heard other people are being picked and I didn't, I was like, okay, now I need to just keep it moving. I can't wait. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Oh yes. Rainbows and Sunshines. Danielle Thompson is phenomenal. She is literally she's an advocate for the Down syndrome community, entrepreneur, mamapreneur, took a leap of faith to leave a cozy job to start her business. You don't understand. There are people complaining about stuff, right? There are people complaining about stuff, and she took a leap to start, and so I'm so proud of her. I'm excited for her. Rainbows and Sunshines should be the theme song, and looking on the brighter side of things of life. And I think she's gonna do great things. So I'm looking forward to following up with her, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what she's going to accomplish as well. So you guys are phenomenal. I love you guys. Stay motivated. It's Monday morning. It's the beginning of the week for many. But for you, it's a continuation of your journey. So stay tuned. Blessings. Hey, Poet Lena, good to see you. Thanks for being in here. Howtograbmediaattention.com. Come and take a look at it. Get your free 3 videos to find out how to get media attention. And then secondly, Zebra Pet, good to see you as well. No, thank you for your time. You don't understand. Thank you for your time. I could be talking to myself right now. I'm talking to a lot of people, so I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for being in here. If you want to find free content about how to grab media attention, I love Les Brown. He's phenomenal. If I got to meet Les Brown, I thought about this the other day. A friend of mine was working with Les Brown. I started tearing up. I was like, if I ever got to work with Les Brown, I'd lose my mind, because him, Eric Thomas, those 2 guys, lose my mind. Phenomenal speakers. All right, guys, you guys are awesome. First time here, Prosperous Zoe, please come back again. Tomorrow I do it around the same time every single time, about 9 o'clock, between 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to do another scope tomorrow. You were speaking Les Brown, Mr. Relentless. You shouldn't have told me that. Now I'm excited. All right. I'm already following you. Okay, cool. I'm so excited. So please be back. I'm doing a live, appearance on XM Satellite Radio tomorrow on the Maggie Linton show. We're going to be talking about pricing and small business, stuff like that. But I'm going to also do a scope before I go on, so you guys will be able to see the behind the scenes of what it looks like doing like a media hit. You guys are phenomenal. I love you guys. You guys are great.